Wow, it's bright out here. Hey YouTube, it's LEELEE. Today is Saturday, 9/11. I'm probably a little late making this, but I just wanted to put my 2 cents in on the day. First, I want to say, do you know where you were on 9/11? 9 years ago? I'm kind of bad with dates. I can tell you, that morning I drove my kids to school. I had a 90 Pontiac Sunbird. I drove them to school, and I heard the news on the radio. And I was like, this has to be a joke. You know, somebody's playing a prank. It's what I thought. Then I got to work. I worked for a company that's no longer around called Roots Furniture, and I worked in the warehouse. And I walked in the warehouse, and they had in the waiting room for customers where you walk in was a TV on top of a vending machine. And there it was, you know, airplanes going into buildings and things. And I remember just standing there crying because it was so horrific to me. I wasn't even in New York then. I never even had an idea that I would ever live in New York. And when I was in New York, I couldn't even bring myself to go see Ground Zero. But I remember that day. I remember standing there crying. I remember we used to answer our phone, "It's a great day at Rhodes Furniture. How may I help you?" But that day we dropped "It's a great day" because it wasn't a great day. It was just a day. So, do you remember where you were and what you felt and even how you feel today? Today I have mixed feelings because there's so much going on around Ground Zero and this Pastor Jones in Florida and the Quran and everything. First and foremost, I want to say this. I have issues with the Bible. I have issues with the Quran and things like that. But doesn't all holy books deserve the same respect? If it's a holy book, no matter what the religion is, don't you think it deserves the same respect as any other holy book? So I really feel the burning of the Quran is wrong. I really feel that's in my heart of hearts. It's wrong. As for Pastor Jones, how can you call yourself a pastor and you're teaching the words of God? If you read the Bible at all, you know God was about understanding, love, forgiveness, you know, things like that. So if you call yourself a pastor, shouldn't you be teaching your people forgiveness and love and not hate? Because what I think he's teaching is hate. Now, yesterday morning I heard him on the news on Good Morning America or the morning show or whatever. And he said he was going to postpone the burning of the Quran. I haven't watched the news today because I've been out with my fiance. But it was canceled or postponed under the grounds that he would have a meeting with the people in New York about moving the mosque. Okay, first of all, the mosque or the Muslim Community Center is not on Ground Zero. It's in a 2-block radius. You can see Ground Zero, but it's not at Ground Zero. That's one. 2, why can't it be at Ground Zero? What about because when I was in New York, there was Jews and Muslims working everywhere. They did not just have their own particular area. They worked everywhere. So why can't the Muslims be near Ground Zero? Didn't they lose? I mean, granted, they lost some extremists, but what about the American Muslims that work in the tower? Don't you think their family and friends need somewhere close where they can be close with them and also mourn and pray or whatever they do? That's just my thought, you know? I mean, Ground Zero affected more than just Americans, you know? What about the peaceful Muslims? Now, they're being attacked and persecuted for the extremist, you know? And that's not fair. So, all I'm saying on this day, 9/11/2010, we need to learn forgiveness. Stop persecuting everyone. Remember, even though you may not believe in a religion, or any religion at that, excuse me, excuse me, all religions deserve the same respect, you know? You don't have to love everybody, even though the Bible say, but everybody deserves respect. They deserve to be heard and acknowledged. You don't have to agree with everything. You just have to respect them, you know? Well, YouTube, that's all I have to say today. It's a very somber day. I don't live in New York anymore. I'm a little ways away. But still, I feel this is a somber day here. So I hope everybody has their moment of silence and pray to whoever God you believe in. Embrace the people you love, because just like, those people went to work that day, they didn't expect to die, They thought they would go to work and they would go home and hug their families, their dog, their cat, feed their fish. So whoever you love, be sure to stop and take a moment and call them up and say, hey, I love you. Go see them. Because life is too short for this. And with that, I'm going to say bye and be good to yourself. LEELEE's out.